If she cheats on you and then turns around and says, "Well, it's your fault," stop, breathe, and listen. Because that line, that little manipulative blame game, is not about you. It's about her. Here's the thing. Cheating is always a choice. Always. No woman just accidentally falls onto another guy. And no amount of "you weren't giving me enough attention" or "I felt lonely" erases the fact that she made the conscious decision to cross that line. That's hers to own, not yours. But let me break down why she blames you. When a woman cheats and says, "You weren't there for me," what she's really saying is, "I don't want to look at myself, so I'm going to throw the shame onto you." It's a deflection. It's protection for her ego, because admitting she betrayed you. That forces her to face the truth about who she really is in that moment. Now, here's the tough love part. Yes, maybe you weren't perfect. Maybe you didn't show up the way you could have. But relationships are never perfect. And here's the line she crossed that you didn't. Instead of talking to you, instead of walking away, she chose to step out. That's not on you. That's 100% on her. And I want you to really hear this. A healthy woman will never cheat on you to fix her unhappiness. She'll talk to you, she'll demand more from you, or she'll leave. A woman who cheats and blames, that's a woman showing you she doesn't have the maturity, the accountability, or the courage to be your partner. So what do? You don't beg. You don't chase. You don't internalize her excuses. You take her behavior at face value, and you decide if this is the kind of person you want in your life. And I'll tell you this from the female perspective. When you refuse to take on blame that doesn't belong to you, that's when you step into true masculine power. Because the reality is simple. If she cheats and blames you, she's telling you exactly who she is. Believe her. 1. Why she cheats has nothing to do with you. When a woman cheats, most men immediately ask, "What did I do wrong?" You go into overdrive, dissecting every moment of the relationship. Did I stop giving her attention? Did I lose my edge? Did I not satisfy her in bed? Stop right there. Her cheating is not about you. It never was. Cheating is always a choice, and choices come from her character, not your shortcomings. A woman doesn't wake up one morning and magically fall into another man's bed. She makes step after step. She responds to his messages. She flirts back. She hides her phone from you. She lies about where she's going, and then she follows through. Those are not accidents. Those are decisions. Now sure, maybe you weren't perfect. Nobody is. Maybe you were stressed with work. Maybe you got complacent. Maybe you argued too much. But let's be real. If she was unhappy, she had other options. She could have sat you down and said, "Hey, I need more from you." She could have gone to therapy. She could have left. But she didn't. She cheated. And that choice says more about her than it ever says about you. Here's something women don't like to admit. A lot of the time, cheating isn't about lack. It's about validation. Some women crave the thrill of knowing they still got it. They want the rush of attention, the excitement of a new chase, the high of someone else desiring them. That's not about you failing. That's about her being too weak to control her impulses. So don't twist yourself into knots thinking, "If only I had done more, she wouldn't have strayed." That's the trap. Because the truth is, if a woman has the integrity not to cheat, nothing can push her into it. And if she doesn't, then nothing you do will stop her. Her cheating reflects her maturity, her self-control, and her character, not your worth as a man. 2. The real reason she blames you. So why does she cheat, then have the audacity to blame you? Simple. She can't handle her own guilt. Cheating cracks a woman's self-image. Most women want to see themselves as good people, loving girlfriends, faithful wives. When she cheats, that self-image shatters, and facing it is painful. So instead of owning her actions, she creates a story where you are the reason. You didn't give me enough attention. You stopped making me feel special. You were too focused on work. Sound familiar? That's not truth. That's deflection. That's her brain doing gymnastics to avoid shame. By blaming you, she shifts the narrative. She gets to stay the victim while you become the villain. And here's the really manipulative part. When she blames you, she's not just easing her guilt, she's also testing you. She wants to see if you'll accept it. If you'll nod and say, "You're right, I should have done more." Because if you do, then her guilt gets wiped clean. She convinces herself, "See, I cheated because of him. It wasn't really my fault." This is why it's so dangerous to accept her blame. The moment you do, she no longer sees herself as responsible. She sees you as weak, a man willing to carry shame that isn't his. And once she sees you as weak, her respect for you dies. So understand this. When she points the finger at you after betraying you, it's not because you truly caused it. It's because she can't face the mirror. 3. The dangerous trap men fall into. Here's the part that breaks my heart. Most men fall for this manipulation. She cheats, she blames you, and instead of standing firm, you crumble. You start apologizing, you promise to do better. You shower her with attention, thinking maybe that will fix it. Do you see how backward that is? She betrays you, and suddenly you're the one begging for forgiveness. This is the trap, and it's deadly to your self-esteem, because once you accept responsibility for her cheating, you internalize the belief that you weren't enough, that no matter how hard you try, you'll always fall short, and that belief will bleed into every future relationship you have. I've seen men spiral into depression because of this. They start chasing harder, bending over backwards for women, terrified of losing them again. They turn into people pleasers, walking on eggshells, believing love must always be earned by constant effort. And that's not strength, that's slavery. Let me tell you the truth women won't say. When you take on blame that doesn't belong to you, we lose respect for you. Fast. Because women aren't attracted to men who crumble under guilt. We're attracted to men who stand firm in their integrity. So when she cheats and blames you, your job isn't to prove her wrong or argue. It's simply to say, "No, that was your choice." And then you walk away with your dignity intact. That's power. Real quick, before we go deeper, I've got something powerful for you. It's a free ebook called The Attraction Handbook. Inside, you'll learn how to make her crave you using just a few psychological moves. It's free for now, so grab it in the description or the pinned comment below. 4. What a healthy woman would do instead. Now let's contrast, because not all women cheat and not all women blame. A healthy, emotionally mature woman, if she's unhappy, will talk to you. She'll say, "Hey, I don't feel seen. Can we work on this?" She'll give you the chance to step up before she ever steps out. If things don't improve, she won't overlap relationships. She won't line up another man as a backup plan. She'll leave first. Painful? Yes, but respectful. Because betrayal isn't in her character. And here's the other key difference. If a healthy woman ever did cheat, and yes, it happens, she wouldn't blame you. She'd own it. She'd say, "I made a mistake. I need to figure out what's wrong in me that led me here." That's the standard. That's what accountability looks like. So when you meet a woman who cheats and then blames you, that's not normal female behavior. That's immaturity. That's toxicity. That's her waving a red flag in your face saying, "I'm not ready for real love." Your job isn't to fix her. Your job is to recognize it and walk. 5. How you take back your power after she cheats. Now, let's talk about you. Because after betrayal, most men feel broken. You feel like your masculinity has been shattered, like you'll never trust again. Here's how you take it back. Step 1. Stop defending yourself. When she blames you, don't argue. Don't try to convince her. That's wasted energy. You don't need to explain why you're not responsible for her choices. The truth speaks for itself. Step 2. Refuse to chase. Don't buy her gifts. Don't beg her to stay. Don't lower yourself into proving your worth to a woman who disrespected you. If she could betray you once, she'll do it again. Step 3. Set your standard. Say to yourself, I will never accept false blame. I will never carry someone else's shame. This isn't just about her. It's about every future relationship. When you hold this boundary, women respect you more. Step 4. Walk away with dignity. Nothing drives home your power more than calmly exiting when she expects you to crumble. When you leave with your head high, you send a message. You lost me and I won't come back. That moment will haunt her longer than any argument ever could, because here's the ultimate truth. Cheating and blaming doesn't reveal your weakness. It reveals hers. And the man who refuses to carry that blame becomes stronger, sharper, and more resilient. So hear me, guys. If she cheats and blames you, it's not your fault. It was never your fault. Don't let her manipulation twist your mind into carrying guilt that doesn't belong to you. Cheating is her choice. Blame shifting is her weakness. Your power is in refusing to take it on. If you've ever had a woman cheat on you and then try to spin it back in your face, comment below. Not my blame. Let's see how many men are finally taking their power back.